Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my channel of The Wounded Healer. I am Jennifer Lovett. I'm starting this channel because I've been wounded many times, and I'm going to do little clippets to help people. Because when you've been wounded as much as I am, the only thing I want to do now, because I've healed myself, is help others heal. So today, we're going to have a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for the longest time. I've thought about this for years, is how to get through divorce without killing each other. Come on. You can't tell me that you haven't had the devil and the angel and that you haven't thought about it. I've been divorced twice, and I have a lot of divorced friends. 50% of all marriages end in divorce. You never thought of it? Liar. Well, anyway, you'll find out that I'm quirky, blunt, tell it like it is. So some things, you know when I'm kidding around. This might be one of those. But how true is this with divorce? When you've gone through it twice and the other bullshit I've gone through in my life, guess what? I'm here to help you guys heal. And I have some information that I think can help. So please bear with me and my quirky and weirdness. And I'm going to try to give you guys advice to help you, because it's not easy. And I know you look at tarot card reading and your horoscope and all this stuff to get through the day because you're just hoping to God tomorrow's a better day. I get it. Because divorce can affect many people in a negative way. And it can contribute to substance abuse and unhealthy lifestyle, including poor eating habits and not exercising. Divorce can make you feel hollow and empty. And you know what I just said about like how it can contribute to unhealthy lifestyle, not exercising? I will tell you, divorce is the best diet you will ever do in your life, because you will get skinny because you won't eat much. So the divorce diet is one good plus out of divorce. I shouldn't even laugh about that, but hell, it's true. Um, when I just said about feeling hollow and empty, your gut, your body, your soul. I remember going through my first divorce. I was going to Rotary, and someone came up to me and said, "Hey, I saw you in the car the other day, and you looked like, are you okay? Like, you look like your soul's out of your body." I will tell you, I felt like my soul was out of my body. So I knew what he meant. And I did. I felt hollow and empty. You know, it's weird because here's a quote that I'll put up for you guys to see. But it just hit me at home when I read this quote. I'm sure it will you too. When two people decide to get a divorce, it isn't that they don't understand each other. Oops. Alexa, turn the music off. But it's a sign that you have begun to understand each other. I'll put that quote up. I thought it was excellent because how true. You married each other, loving each other, and being friends. So always keep that in the back of your mind about how it used to be. So I really thought that was a great quote because it's very, very true. Divorce is like death of a family. You think about it, it's hard for everyone. Not only the kids and you, but all the relatives. You go on vacations together. You have dinners, family dinners, and holidays, and just all that stuff. So it's like a divorce for everyone. And it's just simply not easy. When you're married, you're in a union. And this union, it was always you two doing everything together. But now, guess what? You are all alone in this thing called life. And you need to figure out how to make it work. And can it be scary? Absolutely, it's scary. But I'm going to give you some guidance and some pointers to help you out. Because it can be made easier by keeping love and peace still involved. And I know what you're thinking. I thought it myself too. But think about it, especially if kids are involved. You got to do what's right for them. They love mom and dad. They don't care what the differences are between you. They love their dad, love their mom. They don't care what he did, she did, da da da. And if you're going to be one of those parents where you're like, well, he cheated or she cheated, kids don't want to hear that. They just simply don't care. And if you're going to do that, shame on you. You're just as bad as the one that did it. So stop that negative talk. Kids don't want to hear it. No one wants to hear it. There's a song, it really hit me at home, and I never even knew it was about divorce until I read about it. But it's called Songbird. I'm going to play it. Alexa, play Songbird by Fleetwood Mac. Christy McVie wrote it, and it was about breakup and divorce. And she said, it's selflessness for someone or yourself. I want you to think about that. Selflessness. When you have kids, you're selfless. You'll do anything for them. So think about putting your pride down, because it's not going to do you any good. Get through it and be positive. It's your choice of what path that you take. The sooner you find forgiveness and peace, the quicker you'll heal and love again. And it's absolutely true. I'm going to give you some stories and things that helped me. But boy, I will tell you, some people really, really, really make it hard going through divorce. I read actually a story about my first divorce. My youngest son was probably about 1 year old and the oldest was maybe 6. And I went to his house to drop the kids off. And oh no, I'm sorry, I picked them up. And so I picked them up and my ex comes out and he's just yelling and calling me all these nasty names, and you know, he was hurting, and that's how he handled it. And the neighbor came over and had to stop him because it was just bad, because I kept saying, please stop it, the kids are here, the kids are here. And so I remember we get in the car, I get the kids all settled, my neighbor, took my ex, and my kid is in the back, Tyler, and he said, hey, Mommy, do you hate Daddy? And after someone's calling you names and you're just crying and you don't want to listen in front of your kid, I gotta tell you, I turned around, I was like, no, honey, Mommy and Daddy just had a disagreement. And then I grabbed the steering wheel, I'm like, in my head, this is what I'm thinking, of course I fucking hate your dad, I want to punch him in the face. Like, I just wanted to go nuts, because that's what I was thinking, like, in the inside. I swear I had the Joker face turned back at my son, saying, no, honey. But your kids they don't want to hear anything of that. So I always kept a positive vibe with my kids, with the ex. No matter what happened, keep that composure. And keep what you're thinking in your head and don't say it out loud. But I had that Joker smile on there. And I even thought about that, because it took all I could to smile and say, no, honey. But it's like divorce puts you just this other realm you've never been in your life. Trust me, I get it. So how do you get balance in your life? And how do you get that peace? Well, for starters, don't worry about the past. You can't change a thing about it. If they were a cheater, a part of you knew that, and you made that choice, but learn from it. And if you ever marry or date again, do your study. If they hang out with guys that don't cheat or girls that don't cheat, do your studying on these people, because you knew it. Wake up for today and say, today's going to be a great day, and wake up and smile. Call centers, Alexa, turn the music off. Call centers actually put a mirror there, and they make you smile and you pick up the phone. Why? Because it shows across the phone. It shows to the other person, oh, this person's happy, they're upbeat. So wake up and smile and say, today's going to be a good day. And make it a good day. Even with all the stressful stuff, just keep smiling. Say, I'm going to get through it, I'm going to get through it. You know what, I'm going to go for a walk right now and get your mind cleared up. And in the future, you can't predict your future at all. Don't think about it. Can you plan? Absolutely you can plan. But live for today. It's the biggest thing that someone gave me for advice that helped me like no other. And I really made sure that when I opened my eyeballs, when I woke up in the morning, smile and take a few deep breaths. It helps. So when I just talked to you about smiling, after my second divorce, I went in. We have a local place, gas station here, Sheetz, and I went in it and I bought a cup of coffee. And I get my coffee and I go over to pay, and she said, "Oh, well, that gentleman over there, he bought your coffee." And I went over and I said, "Well, thank you. That was so sweet." And he's like, "Well, you look like you needed a cup of coffee bought for you." And I said, "Why do you say that?" He goes, "Well, you just look like you were just walking around kind of like a zombie. You opened the door for me," which I thought was really nice. "And then, you're talking to everyone and that, but you just seem kind of sad, so I just wanted to cheer up and buy you a cup of coffee." And he did this big smile. And I gave him a smile back and said, "Well, thank you. You've made my day." I had a skip in my, step, and I was like, I felt good the rest of the day. I did. That person cheered me up. What a good deed and a smile can do. Remember that. There are good people out there. Sometimes when you smile, you can give people hope again. And I know that day, it did me. Smile and be contagious. Make it contagious, because then everyone else around you will smile and you smile. And believe me, when you smile, whether you're male or female, and you go around and you're all positive and smiling, guess what? That is sexy. No one thinks a grump or a negative person is sexy. Smile. It means the world to people. So I wrote a bunch of things here for ways to help you heal. And I wrote a bunch of them down, and I'll go through some real quickly because I don't want these to be long, because every week, like I said, I'm going to do a different topic. But here's ways to help you heal. Change your mindset. Only positive thinking. This works. Find a new hobby. If it's something you've been wanting to do, decorate cakes, whatever it is, find a hobby. Riding horses, anything. Find motivation. Change your routine. Start a journal with positive thoughts only. Only positive. Surround yourself around positive, grateful, open-minded people. Challenge yourself and learn new things. I'll give you an example. I think this was after my second divorce. I thought, I want to do something I've never done. I thought, you know what? I've never done a male push-up. So I started on my knees. Here I am, like 39 years old. I got down on my knees and started doing, okay, tonight's one push-up. Next night on my knees, worked up to like 15, and I finally did a man push-up, and then my goal's like, okay, I'm going to do 10. Okay, I'm going to do 20. Challenge yourself. That makes you feel good when you meet these goals. So that's a great thing that helped me. And everyone's different with these things. But you might find one thing like, oh, I never thought of that. Cut people out of your life that drag you down and that are toxic. It doesn't mean you don't have to be nice and say hi. You just don't have to hang around them. I'm not telling you to be mean to anyone, because you got to be positive. Do not date right away. At least wait 6 months. I mean, trust me, I've done this twice. Take time to heal. Take time to find yourself again, because yourself was 2 people before. Now you're your whole person. Find yourself. And these things that I'm telling you will help you find yourself. So in 6 months, if you're doing all this stuff and you have a positive mindset and you cleared yourself of the negativity and you're not stressing over the past, you're not going to change it. You're not going to make it any different. So find yourself. That is a huge thing. Okay, end the blame game. Divorce, it takes 2 people. Again, like I said, you knew who they were. And regardless, you could sit here and say you were perfect, but when you go to counseling, you'll find out, guess what? You weren't perfect either. Neither one of you were. You both have to work at it. That's what marriage is about. You got to work at it, both of you. Try hard to remain neutral. I know it's easier said than done. Cry, a good cry. always makes you feel a little bit better. Just get it off your chest at night. Go to the bathroom if you're at work having a hard day. Cry. And then clean your face up, put a smile on, and walk out and start over and positive. But sometimes you just need a good cry. And I don't care if you're male or female. Sometimes you just need that. Hang out with your friends. I found some friends after my first divorce. My kids were in a daycare center, and I found a girl where, she had little kids, found out we were neighbors. We started hanging out, and Carrie and I had a blast. And my other friend, Arlene, it is the life of the party. She was going through a divorce too, so it was us 3 girls. And I'll tell you what, Arlene and I had funny stories from our funny divorce, all of us divorcees. We just had funny stories that when we were in Rotary, this guy, Tom, was going to quit Rotary. And he didn't quit because he's like, I had to make sure I sat between you guys because you guys talked about your weekends and all the wild shit going on after, lose your mind after divorce. But he didn't quit Rotary because he liked our stories. But Arlene was hanging around these 2 girls. We laughed, and sometimes it would be margarita night, and our kids would be playing. We'd spend the night at each other's house, and we just had a blast. And we hung out with the nights we didn't have the kids. Bonfires with them, but we made it fun when we had the kids there too. So, sometimes we would get pizzas and go to a playground and had picnic tables, and we'd bring ourselves either wine or beer and make a salad, and then the kids would do their thing. And it's not like we were getting drunk. We weren't. But we were just having good times and laughing and hanging out with the kids. And the kids all loved it. So we made the best out of all of it, all of our situations. So hanging out with your friends can really help you heal. It really can. And another thing, laugh and have fun. If you're feeling down, read a joke. Just laugh. Get on and watch animals online that are funny. Laugh. It's healing. Do nature walks. Nothing is more beautiful and serene than Mother Earth and you going out there and enjoying the beauty of it all. That is so peaceful. And that's what you're trying to get in your life right now. Peace. Because it's not. It's chaotic. But you can make it peace. Do something for yourself that you never would have done before. I decided I was going to go in a restaurant alone. I had a blast. I met people. I had a good time. I would have been devastated to go anywhere by myself before. But that stuff that you do like that helps you find yourself and who you are. So try something that you've never done, by yourself before. Because you were in a union with someone for a long time. You haven't done this in a while. Maybe go to church. Maybe go to a divorce group, a support group, a counselor, a priest, a life coach, which is what I'm going for my certification for now. Or, someone to help you find forgiveness and peace and someone to talk to, because that really does help. Here's a good one. Forgive yourself. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. Forgive yourself. That's a great thing to do, because you got to start with yourself and healing yourself to get through all this. Take care of yourself. Forgive yourself. And then you'll be good for getting through the divorce and positive and strong. And you'll be good for your kids if they're involved. Well, if you have children, I should say. Give yourself time to heal and relax. I just went through one of the hardest things in my life a few months ago. And I'll tell you what, I found myself from that. And sometimes when you hit rock bottom, that's what you do. And I found time to relax and recharge and find myself. I'm at peace. And I forgive whoever was involved with my situation, because I'm moving on with my life. And I've never been at this much peace in my life ever, because it happened. I've learned from it, and I'm moving forward, and I'm at peace. So take the time to relax, heal, and recharge. That's why I said don't date right now. Heal, recharge, find yourself. You can't be in a relationship if you can't find who the hell you are. meditation, quiet time, focus on your breathing. There's all kind of apps out there for that. Even with meditation, you can even put on the sound of water, the sound of the ocean or rain. Many things that you could put on to help you relax to sleep. I found that stuff helped too. It still helps. Exercising. Nothing like getting those endorphins. I became the queen of riding my bike, and we're in Central PA, and I have to tell you, these hills suck. But that was a challenge that I gave myself, and I exercised, and I felt good and positive. No matter what, when your mind is going 100 miles an hour, and you have so much up there with divorce, there's so much going on. You know, you met with your attorney, you got in a fight over the kids. Don't fight in front of them, please. Exercising is a great way to have that positive energy. Awesome. And forgive others. I'm going to tell you a story. I am married a third time. And I'm not going to hide anything with all these series about my life, and I'm not embarrassed. I've learned from it. I'm not perfect. None of us are. But my new husband, Dave, is the world. He's my soulmate. I found the one. Because I found peace before I met him. But he even helped me find peace even more. When we started dating, he, was recently divorced, and this was my second one. And I knew how to find myself from my first one, and I was really working hard on that. So by the time I met him, I was in good shape. But I remember saying to him, how is it that you forgive your ex for some of the things that she's done to you? And I'm not saying she was nasty, but they were just, every divorce there's always a few things. And, you have to forgive each other. I'm like, how is it you just forgave her? And he said, I have to forgive her for the sake of my kids. But I also have to move on with my life. And like I said, she didn't do anything horrible. It's just little stuff here and there. But, with divorce, you get so angry with each other. But his whole point was, forgive them for anything that they've done, so you can move on with your life. And I thought, So after my first divorce was, a real humdinger, I forgave him. And it's even funnier, years later, his mom had passed, and we were at my youngest son's football game. And he was there with my oldest son and his sister and his wife. And he took my hand, and he apologized to me from the bottom of his heart. And I said, I forgave you long ago. You're the father of my children. You were hurting. That's how you lash out. And I forgave you a long time ago. But it meant the world that he apologized to me. Because he made my life pretty rough. But we're good now. We both have peace with it all. And we're cool with each other. Big time. Another thing that I found helped out is get lost in music. I can't begin to tell you. Like, whenever I hear that song, whatever kills me makes me stronger, I just want to get up and dance. Heck, you know what? Maybe put on your room and get up and dance. I suck at dancing and singing, but guess what? I do it by myself, or sing in the car top of your lungs. Come on, I know you guys do it. But music, upbeat music, not these ones. I used to have this song with him. Turn it off until you can listen to it later in life when you've healed and say, because now I even think of when I hear songs with my ex, I think, oh, yeah, you know what? We're making dinner. That was a fun time. Of course you're going to have good memories. Forgive others. You have to move on, or else you're never going to be at peace with your life. And you will never, if you don't find that peace, be in a good place with yourself. Here's another thing. Go to a spa or go to a gym. Take time out. Go get your nails done if you're a girl or a guy. Heck, I've seen so many guys now get pedicures and stuff. That's nice and relaxing. Okay, to sum all this up, I don't want to keep going on because I gave you a lot of ideas of things that helped me to find peace and balance. So to sum it all up, wake up with positive vibes and a smile. Forgive everyone. Keep active. And have a happy, awesome attitude. you will find your balance. And you, once you do find your balance, you are worthy of love. And you will find it again by finding your inner peace. Maybe even read about it online. So to all of you wounded people out there, this wounded healer is saying, thank you for joining my channel today. And wake up every day and smile. Have a good one, you all.